Hello everyone! Geometry is not always the easiest unit to teach, especially using numerous manipulatives that end up all over the floor of your classroom. But geometry can be one of the most fun topics to teach students with the right tools and challenges, and this is one of those tools.
File is a phenomenal and engaging tool for students to further develop their geometry skills, including practicing with polygons, vertices, sides, and even stars. The best part about this tool is students will need to apply their knowledge of counting, skip counting, addition, possibly multiplication, patterns, lines of symmetry, and so much more from there. It involves a range of higher order thinking and the upper levels of Bloom's taxonomy. The basic idea behind this worksheet is pretty simple. The first part involves polygons. You can have a numerous number of vertices and connect them like so. So for this example, we can use 6 vertices. So I will draw them on the whiteboard here. And then we just connect them from vertice to make a polygon. This is the easiest kind of counting for students if you wanted to use counting as part of your lesson. You start with one vertice here, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the polygon is a hexagon, has 6 sides. So then if we work on skip counting, in other words, what happens if we jump more than one vertex at a time? Well, we get stars, and that leads to our next discussion. So let's pretend we're drawing a star, and most of us automatically think of this star, the 5-pointed star. So I'll draw my 5 vertices over here. And many people have different ways of starting the star. I'm going to start from this bottom corner here and go up and connect the vertices. And when we break down this star, there are 5 vertices, and if we take away the lines, you'll start to understand the background knowledge of the Excel file. So I'm going to erase the lines that I created. And we're going to go back to the word jump. So if we skip count and jump over one of the vertex, so we do 2 jumps, we go from here, 1, 2, we get to the top point, 1, 2, and you can start to see how the star is formed. 2, and we keep going, and we get our 5-pointed star again, but using a different language. We jump the vertices and we use 2 jumps instead of 1, like the polygon. If we had used 1 jump, we would have gotten a polygon for this figure too. This sequence end pattern can be done with any number of vertices and any number of jumps. Many ways to teach students about stars and polygons and geometry in general. So you can do it by hand, just like I showed you, or we can teach students using this Excel file.
All right, so this Excel file has 4 different tabs: the polygon sheet, star sheet, the drawing activity, and the worksheet builder. The polygon sheet, it allows students to change the number of vertices only. So the jumps is set to 1, similarly to what Lauryn was doing earlier with the physically drawing by hand polygons. And it can go up to 50. Okay, so moving forward to the star sheet, the star page allows students to work with various numbers of vertices and jumps to create thousands of different types of stars. As you can see, this would be very visually mesmerizing for some students, especially the little kiddos. And the whole time they play around with this file, they'll be learning so many different patterns. So you can see that you're able to manipulate just one at a time, and you're able to manipulate both. And yeah. Additionally, Lauryn is going to touch on this at the end of the lesson about the lesson plans that we've created, but there are certain patterns that occur depending on the relationship between vertex jumps between points and n possible vertices. For example, one is whenever j is half of n possible vertices. For this one that I'm doing, it's 10 and 20. There's a straight line. And similarly, if you go to 20, there is a dot. It looks like there's nothing on the page, but because the 2 of them equal the same, there's only 1 vertex, and you can explain that to your kids. So moving forward, the drawing activity page is a wonderful tool to use as an alternative for any in-person activities you would do with the class, and allows students to connect the dots with jumps in order to create a star. So in order to use this page, you have to go to shapes and the freeform shape. And I'm going to create a normal 5-sided star to show you. Look at that. There it is. And as you can see at the top, if you get confused by any of this or want further help, there is a video to explain what I just showed. The number of vertices is able to be manipulated on this worksheet builder page, and it can also go up to 50. See, it changes once you move back and forth. Moving back to the worksheet builder is a tool for teachers, solely for teachers, and the number of vertices can be changed here, like I already showed. But this tool allows teachers to create worksheets for paper and pencil practice for students, and we have a detailed video as well explaining how to copy and paste this into a Word document.
Finally, we have attached lessons for teachers in these files as well, so that teachers don't have to reinvent the wheel with this new tool. They include the standards, activities, worksheets, and higher order thinking key points. Our hope is that these lessons and this Excel file will allow students to enhance their knowledge and understanding with the wide world of geometry.